Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and today we're going to explore an alternate story about the Judas Contract. It all begins in the dark multiverse with Tara, who asks where the furball is because he's missing out on the fun. Beast Boy replies that he's here, fighting just like an ant. Tara asks if he's just goofing around while they do all the work. That's typical of Beast Boy. He says this guy won't think he's been goofing off when he gets stung. Tara tells him to get back to his normal size and come with her. Beast Boy says he will, but only because she admitted she wants him nearby. The Teen Titans know it more than in just one sense. This is the end of an era. A little later, we're at Titan's Tower. Wally is getting ready to say a few words, since he'll be the first Titan to leave the team. Wally says he never intended to be a Titan in the first place, and he thinks he needs to go back to college full-time. His life is almost a fantasy, and he needs a strong dose of reality right now, so he's leaving. Donna Troy hugs him. She's really going to miss him. She's known him longer than anyone else. Wally tells her not to worry. After all, they'll be seeing each other all the time. Plus, he's invited to her wedding, isn't he? Donna says he better show up at that wedding before Wally leaves. Robin interrupts him. He doesn't have to leave just yet because first, Robin has an announcement to make. It seems like a good time to do it. Wally said he wanted to grow up a bit too. Robin wants to do that, so he won't be Robin anymore. He's going to evolve. Starfire asks why he didn't tell her. Robin says he should have and regrets it, but this is something he has to do. Robin will always be Batman's other half as long as he keeps wearing the same costume he's worn since he was 8 years old. He's still playing a role he's long outgrown. And now we come to the moment of change. In one world, shortly after this moment, Tara Markov met her end. But we're not in that world. Here, Dick Grayson's natural empathy makes him notice something in her eyes. Normally, he finds her hard to read. But in this world, at this moment, he sees an unmistakable and sincere recognition. He doesn't know exactly what resonated, but he's determined to find out because Tara is a Titan, which means she's under his care. A little later, Dick goes to talk to Tara. When he was talking about his decision to step down from his position as Batman's partner, he thought Tara was looking at him like she perfectly understood what he was talking about. It seems she was having similar feelings. Tara asks him what he's talking about. She's not anyone's partner. Dick says no, of course she isn't. Tara gets upset. No one is in charge of her. After realizing this was just a misunderstanding, Dick leaves. He didn't have to come talk about this with her. Before Dick Grayson leaves, Tara apologizes. She's not very trusting of others, but she has to ask him something. Doesn't he think Batman could still teach him a lot? Dick says yes, of course, Batman can teach him to be Batman. It makes sense. He has good intentions, of course, but he reaches an age where he tries to decide his own identity. He believes even well-intentioned mentorship can limit his ability, and that's what he means by finding his own destiny. Tara doesn't have to keep living in Brian's shadow. Though, of course, Dick didn't know who her real mentor was. So all this time, he thought she was thinking about her brother's mentorship. Tara doesn't tell him the truth and says yes, of course. She doesn't have to keep living in Brian's shadow. A little later, Tara is visiting Slade, who tells her she made a big mistake. Only a fool or a naive person could act that way. Inviting the protege of the world's greatest detective to a personal conversation puts her spy work at risk, and she gained no strategic benefit. Tara tells him to calm down. They still don't know she's a spy, and she got him the secret identity of the Bird Boy, didn't she? Slade says he wouldn't have to keep an eye on her if she weren't so careless. Also, he needs to make sure she doesn't go soft while hanging out with those kids. Tara asks what he means by soft. She's not the one with cute family photos all over the damn place. Slade suggests she show some respect. Tara asks what he means by respect. How is she supposed to respect the soldier who keeps pampering this geriatric loser? Slade says there's nothing soft about rewarding good soldiers' loyalty. Tara says that's just nonsense. He's weak. The weak are supposed to serve the strong, not the other way around. After hearing this, Slade slaps her. This was a reprimand for forgetting her place and disrespecting her superior. This greatly angers Tara, who is no longer willing to tolerate Slade's whims. She's now going to use her powers to get them out of there. Slade tells her to stop. This is foolish. To be honest, Tara considers this the first smart thing she's done. Slade tries to make her stop. When she came to him, she said she wanted to be a warrior. To Tara, that was before she realized she's already a warrior. And mainly, what she just realized at this moment is that Slade is a fraud. A little birdie told her something earlier that made a lot of sense. It got her thinking about how much more she could be if she were to carve her own destiny. Slade tells her that the potential of her power is nearly limitless, but she's limited by her mind. Doesn't she want to be free, to not be controlled? He offers to teach her the discipline she needs. Tara, however, wants nothing to do with it. She's tired of that so-called discipline, and using her powers, she severs Slade's limbs. All that remains of him is his head, encased in ice. She has just defeated her first opponent. Now, she has to go after Wintergreen. After making her way through some corridors, Tara finds her next victim, who merely points a gun at her. Obviously, that small gun won't do any harm to Tara. Using her powers, Tara easily destroys his hand. There's a reason she's leaving him alive. After all, he was her butler, wasn't he? Those drugs that made Slade who he is, she knows all about them. Super and Deathstroke. He has backups, doesn't he? She demands that he hand them over right now. Shortly after, we're in a room where Wintergreen connects her to a machine. Tara warns him not to pull any tricks and tells him to press that button to give her those superpowers. Unfortunately for Tara, all we see is a small electric shock. Wintergreen wasn't going to give her anything and calls her a stupid child. Suddenly, something starts happening to her. This causes a bit of a scare for Wintergreen. She shouldn't still be alive. That's serum. Slade was in a coma for weeks because of it. Tara tells him he doesn't get it. Slade was just a man who never lived up to his potential. He couldn't even kill a bunch of kids. But she's much worse. Meanwhile, back at the tower, the Teen Titans, Raven can sense Tara's presence. Tara tells her that the name Tara doesn't belong to her. It was simply a name given in honor of the goddess of the earth. But now she has evolved. They should say hello to Gaia. Raven can sense the evil presence, so she tells the others to get ready to fight because she's going to protect her friends. Beast Boy says she's not an enemy, and she's not evil. She's Tara. She's their friend, and no one is going to fight. Gaia says she put up with them for months. They are quite insufferable people. Fortunately, she doesn't have to anymore. And Beast Boy is right about one thing. There won't be any fight because she's going to destroy everything with her powers. Gaia leaves the tower to finish off the Titans. She's already taken out her first victims and will do the same with Donna, Starfire, and Cyborg, who couldn't defend themselves at all. Her next victim is Dick Grayson, who was trying to escape. But in the end, Tara easily catches up to him. She confesses that his friends are already dead. There's no one who can help him now. There's something Gaia has to admit. It's a bit harder to kill him than the others. He helped her realize that everyone was holding her back from her potential. Dick tells her she's wrong, that she learned the wrong lesson. Everyone needs support. Tara agrees, but asks how much support he has right now. Suddenly, we see only a yellow blur. Wally has managed to arrive just in time before Gaia finishes him off. Dick says she's lost her mind. But it's more than that. She's different. She's much more powerful. He doesn't know if any of them can beat her, especially Wally, who's not at the peak of his speed. Wally says they don't need to defeat her, just keep her busy. Once he saw what happened, he grabbed his spare suit and made a call to the big guy. Both get ready to fight. They're the only Titans left to defend Earth. Wally runs, and Robin tries to kick her. Gaia says they're cute. That's the problem. With their clownish spandex suits and pathetic jokes, saving cats from trees, squabbling with insignificant losers. She stood by their side and became one of the jokes. It's her fault for listening to an old fool, but she's fixing that mistake right now. Gaia is going to show them that she's no joke. She won't be anymore. Wally asks who she's going to show that to. Gaia says to everyone. Robin throws a small smoke bomb and realizes that if she cares, it means she cares what people think of her. After the smoke clears, we see that Gaia has finished off the remaining Titans. Gaia doesn't care what they fear. Before dying, Wally apologizes to Dick Grayson. He should have been faster. Dick tells him it's okay. They fulfilled their purpose because he's here. And who is that person who's here? None other than Superman, the Man of Steel. Superman tells her that he doesn't know who hurt her to make her do all this. Gaia demands he let her go. He's misunderstood everything. No one hurt her. No one can hurt her. This is her superpower. Suddenly, in the blink of an eye, Gaia destroys the entire city, which provokes Superman's fury, and he's ready to finish her off. Gaia won't let Superman harm her. She has to show who's in charge. He was the one responsible for making this world too soft. People like them should be afraid. Superman promises her that being feared won't fill the void inside her. But Terra attacks him and asks what the hell does he know? Despite Gaia's great effort to hurt Superman, she hasn't managed to cause him any harm. She can't burn him, bury him, break him, crush him, or suffocate him. Gaia is finished. Before Superman can harm her, Gaia tells him that was close. She never thought she'd be able to gather it all in time. And what does she mean by gathering it? Well, she's only using a few rocks. Once she's gathered kryptonite, she's going to attack Superman. Using this stone is an easy way to kill a god. But he's not a god. At least not the god of this world. Before dying, Superman tells her this isn't the end. There will be more who will fight her. Gaia agrees. There are plenty like him, but she knows what they fear. Therefore, Gaia sets to work to ensure the rest of the heroes can't do anything. All she's doing is destabilizing the Earth's core. Absolutely many will die, but some will survive while she survives to hold this broken world together. Superman tells her that everything she's doing won't make her happy. Gaia says it absolutely will. She'll be alive and free to do whatever she wants. Suddenly, Beast Boy arrives. He's not going to die before Gaia tells him how she could do all this. They trusted her, gave her a home, and cared about her. Beast Boy cared about her. He thought they had something real. Gaia tells him that yes, they did. He was like her, much more than an ordinary person, or the same. They treated him as much less, but he was strong enough to keep smiling despite all the pain. Of course, they were connected. So why did she do it? Why did everything change? Gaia tells him he still doesn't get it. Nothing changed. She still cares about him as much as a god can care about an ant. It's time to end this. So she's going to kill Beast Boy once and for all. Now she has to tell Superman something. She's sure being loved feels good. Really. But here's her secret. She's never felt anything. And at that moment, Superman dies as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.